And that was the third million you made that year?
Yeah, they just kept telling me, like, take pictures of it because it's going to be gone. Take pictures of your millions.
Low key, we need to do an entire explain everything on what is a photo thing where you take photos for stuff for Google? How you're like one of the top like 20 people in the world taking pictures of locations.
When you said low key, are you talking Lowkey or are you talking low key, Loki?
All of the above.
Okay, yeah.
D.
He takes photos.
He does.
For Google.
He does. He really does.
We're not talking about that today, though.
Not today. We will, but not today.
Hey, it helps if I hit record on this.
Hey,
we're rolling now.
Just in case you've forgotten or this is your first time joining us, first off, I'm glad you are here.
Oh.
You. No one else. I don't care about those people. I care about you.
Look to your right. Look to your left. We don't care about those jokers.
That's a pile of garbage in a dumpster fire, okay? You are the only thing that matters. Look in the mirror.
It's a matter of time before that pile of garbage turns into a dumpster fire. Because we're going to set this thing on fire.
I'll tell you this. When you're at Home Depot and you walk down the stud finder aisle, they all go off. I'm sorry. I know the moment had passed, but I just threw that in there.
No, you got to keep going with it.
Okay, so I'm Tyler.
And my name's Neil.
And this is Neil. He didn't need me to introduce him, okay? I'm not an overbearing rich husband at a fancy party. This is my wife, Barbara.
Let me show you some photos of my smoking hot wife. Whatever. Sorry.
You know what I like to do when somebody's like, oh, this is my hot wife? I'm going, oh, you are correct. Or I'll go, meh, 6 at best.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm kidding. I would never
Would it
do
be
that.
weird if you're like, oh, yeah? Oh.
People aren't numbers, Neil.
People
aren't numbers.
No.
But what we're talking about today actually has a a lot of numbers involved and tagged to people.
It does. We're talking about cards.
We are.
Trading cards.
Trading cards.
Not talking about like a deck of cards.
Nope.
This is not Uno.
No.
Please don't come at me with how good you are at hearts.
This is Monopoly Deal. Here's the deal. That actually is a fun game.
It is very fun.
It's very fun.
I do like it.
I'm all in. But we're not talking about today. We're talking about cards. Now, here's the deal, Neil. Here's the deal, Neil. That's what they called you in 8th grade. Here's the deal, Neil. You can get Uno cards graded. So we're going to talk about grading later today. Like, you have it. It can be graded. Video games, Retro Rick sent off that video game to be graded. They'll grade anything. Anything.
Hey, what kind of a grade would you give Joseph Tilley's intro music?
You know what? It's a 10 all day.
10 out of 10.
Take us there, Joseph.
And I didn't hit it.
I thought you did great.
Swing and a
Neil.
miss.
You're the best on-ramp to
I was going
Joseph
to
Tilley's
say,
beautiful
does Joseph Tilley have a trading card?
Ooh, I don't think he does.
And I don't think he does.
I could screenshot one of his TikToks and then put it on a trading card.
That's mint condition right there.
Mint condition, MC is what they call it.
All
Actually,
right,
EX.
we're talking about, like, there are a lot of different kinds of cards. That what kind of, like, honestly, when we're saying trading cards, I always think of baseball as my first, basketball as my second. It's not really how it goes. What are we talking about? There are 3 categories? There are 18 categories? What do we got?
There's about 16,000. So they call them trading cards. They call them sports cards. You hear all of that. But
Sports cards.
Sports cards is one. That's obviously towards sports. But trading cards is the general term. When you talk about the big sports that sell the highest, you're looking at basketball, you're looking at baseball, you're looking at football. Those are your 3 biggest selling ones. Now, it is a world market, but in the United States is kind of where, like, they're the industry leader for cards. And so I think there's
coming from.
Yes. And I think a lot of people are looking at how can we make it more international. The problem is the shipping. If you're buying a $4 card, you don't want to pay $60 for shipping. I've bought cards from China. I've bought them from Australia. And it's like you factor in the shipping into the cost. So I'll pay $60 for, 4 Trae Young rookie cards. I know I'm paying another $40 on top of that. So it's like
just for shipping.
Yes. So it's always good to look when you're bidding, like, oh goodness, that's lower. Why is it lower? Oh, because the shipping's
so
not
far away.
$1.50. It's $60.
So if you guys, the lesson learned here, live closer to Tyler.
Yeah,
financially beneficial.
Well, it is, but I don't sell my card. I'm not good at selling my cards.
Oh, yeah. You're good at buying cards.
I'm good at buying cards. So what is it? You got sports cards. Now soccer is greatly increasing in value.
Okay.
So, there are some soccer cards that go high. And that's the thing. When we talk about trading cards, there's a world of like, oh, these are affordable for like Tyler's and Neil's. And then there's a whole nother market that is like, upper millions that they're selling for each.
And that's on a different level.
That's on a different level. So it's when we talk about those markets, one of them fluctuates more. The high end card market is going really high. Like there was just a Jordan rookie card the other day. It broke a record for Jordan rookies, not for cards, but it sold for $800,000.
Oh, wow.
It was a PSA 10, 86 Jordan rookie card. And that's kind of like the penultimate basketball card. And there's only, I think, 312 graded 10s in the entire world.
It sounds like you just read my vitals chart.
I
It's
did.
a PSA 10.
I was looking at
but
your
you're-
Dexcom whenever I said that.
All right, so let's a little segment here, like History 101. Take us, like, how did this whole thing start? Because we didn't get here. This thing's, like, it hit big and recently,
Yeah,
mostly
COVID.
because, oh, wow. Do you think
COVID.
it has anything to do with it?
It had a lot to do with it.
Okay.
So COVID is where it popped back into the mainstream.
Okay. All right.
And it's still, honestly, I don't even think it's there yet. I think we're still seeing it leak into mainstream. It's dropped a lot
Okay.
from the prices because it's lost a lot of that investor attention. But let's talk about history, okay?
Okay.
So if you look at cards in general, like some of the earliest cards you see that people will grade and sell, it's like from the early 1900s, like I think there was a Babe Ruth the other day. It didn't sell to an individual. It sold to like a group. They're doing it almost like investment, like stocks, it's like split across people who own.
yeah.
They did it like that. And I think they evaluated it like $6 million, but
For real?
yeah, $6 million. I think it was the highest, but it was split across multiple. There's one guy that paid for like
So
half.
they get it on nights and weekends or Tuesdays and Thursdays? What do they do?
Exactly.
Okay. That's a little tricky.
Neil, exactly. We need to joke more. I get so serious talking
We
about
need to-
cards. I'm
he's
sorry.
you guys, well, you can see his face because this is on video.
He's on video. What's up, YouTuber?
Yeah, he's sweating.
I am.
So when somebody says to me like classic car, or like baseball card or trading card or whatever, I think of, hey, there's a Mickey Mantle, there's a Hank Aaron, there's a whatever, because
Yep.
that's where it all started.
Well, then that's actually the penultimate baseball card is a 1952 Mickey Mantle card. It's kind of like the baseball card. So if you talk about the basketball card, it's a Jordan 86. Now, I'm not saying it's most expensive, but it's like it's the one somebody could own or find,
Okay.
and you get. That's the one you want, okay? Like, but the 1914 Babe Ruth, there's like one.
I find that at a garage sale. I should
you
pick
send it
that up.
immediately to SGC. And
Okay.
you get it graded, and then you sell it and buy like 2 houses.
Oh, my.
Okay.
Okay.
That's if it's a bad one. That was a PSA 3 Babe Ruth sold for that.
Whoa.
Yeah. So whenever baseball cards start, I'm talking about history. I'm not doing a very good job. I'm sorry. I told you I get real hype about this. There's like 3 things in the world I like. This is one of them right now. And so
This is one.
right now, I'm sure I'll move on to something else. I had shoes for a while, and now it's cards. It's the only hobby I have. Besides spending time with my good friend Neil.
You're going to say your family.
Oh, no. I don't care about them. I care about you.
All right.
So whenever they started out, cards really were just add-ons for other stuff. So like they get them in like cigarettes. Like you get a card with your cigarettes.
Oh.
Like that's how the first soccer cards came with cigarette boxes, like overseas in Europe.
That's a stretch.
It's gross.
It's a crossover. Okay.
Yeah, it's stretched. But then the next one, they did it to sell bubble gum. So now, you're like, you get a piece of
That
gum
little
with
stick
it.
of gum.
It started out to sell gum, and kids would literally take the card, they fold it over in their bike spokes, and I mean, those were entire, like millions of dollars have been lost to bike spokes to sound like motorcycles.
Those jerks.
And that's the thing, you don't know what's going to be worth it. Like 20 years from
you
now,
don't
60
know.
years from now, you don't know what's going to be
What
worth
if it turns out that the gum is what you needed to save all along?
You know what? There's a lot of videos of people opening up like 50-year-old packs and eating the gum.
I've
Finnick
seen
did
a
that.
couple of those.
Finnick did it.
Are you serious?
We were opening up a pack of MTV cards from like early 1990s.
Is it
like,
even still gum by that point?
He bit into it, and I didn't know he was doing it. I told Todd, I was like, "Can I chew the gum?" I was like, "Dude, don't. It's going to disintegrate in your mouth."
It's terrible.
Finn came in later, grabbed it. I didn't see it. Stuck it in his mouth. He goes, "Whoa!"
Wow.
Yeah,
Hope
it's
that
great.
gum wasn't
Yeah.
like worth a lot of money.
Oh, well, I don't think
don't
you could
think
grade
that.
gum, I'm sure. But yeah, it's whatever. So yeah, they did it as tag alongs to other stuff, and then the cards kind of became their own like product. Like cards started getting popular. 50s, 60s, they started putting them in, like selling the actual. Actually, 50s, 60s is still with the gum, but then it started increasing to where it's like, oh, buy a pack of cards. Did you ever get into cards when you were younger?
I had some. It was actually comic books. I worked at a comic book and sports collectible store for about 3 years.
That's right. You've got some like incredible comic books.
I have comic books.
Are you going to send them off to get graded?
They're Mickey Mantle comic books, so they're great.
Mickey
It's
Mouse
the
Mantle.
penultimate. So yeah, I remember at the time, you're talking like 90, 91, 92 to 99. It was like,
It was
Oh
so
my
they actually
gosh.
call that the trash era. So like Barry Sanders, probably the greatest running back of all time.
Yeah.
You can buy his rookie card for $10.
for real?
Yeah. Because they made so many. Cards started getting popular in like the mid to late 80s.
Okay.
So then card companies were like, oh, cool, people want these. They're
Flooding
cranking
the
them
market
out.
with it.
I'm
Okay.
serious. They're all worth nothing now. Like they call it the junk.
Really?
They call it the junk wax era.
So there's like literally a big section of the timeline in our history where there's these are because they overmade.
They over like for 10, 15 years, they literally just
Okay.
printed cardboard.
When did we get out of that? When did they stop doing that?
It was around early 2000s, mid 2000s. They started kind of being more conservative. Well, because the market dropped. So then they don't print it all because nobody's buying it. And so it's like, supply and demand from the card companies. Now, I think they're being smarter now because the market's bounced back up for the first time in like 20-something years.
Yeah.
It's really taken. I mean, it's always been there, but it was a smaller group of people buying it. Now that more people are getting attention, all guys like my age who were into it when they were like 10 years old.
They're really into it.
They're getting back into it now, and they actually have grown-up money. As opposed to when I'm a kid, I'm like,
that's actually not
Mom,
bad.
can I have $3? And now it's like, sick.
But you could have gotten an entire box for $3 back then.
Oh, here's the thing, Neil. The boom is so recent. I'm not even joking. This frustrates me. So they sell cards at Walmart, Target, stuff like that, okay?
Never seen them there. I've never seen them there.
You've never seen them now.
I've seen empty shelves.
They're sold out. Literally, as soon as they're stocked, somebody's standing there ready to buy them every time they're stocked. You have to catch it during a stock, and if you do, you're probably splitting it with other people. So you can't find them at stores. Basketball, for sure. Most football's gone, and baseball's usually maybe a few sitting there, but usually not. So everything else is like, and then they start slowly going to nothing. Now, 3 years ago, whenever, there was only like a few guys in the hobby, nobody's really paying attention. Like Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
Basketball player. His rookie year, there's a product called Prism. It sat on the shelf. You walked by it at Walmart and Target probably, dozens of times. You probably didn't even look at it.
Yeah.
Walked past it. Could have spent $30 in 2018. You could sell that right now immediately for over $3,000.
Oh my
immediately.
gosh.
You could turn around and flip it for $3,000. Because
Wow.
people want to open them, they get the Lukas, there's some cards in there that are worth, upwards of.
Is that a thing, being able to actually open up the package?
Oh, it's
is
a
that
gambling.
It's like an
gambling.
unboxing video, but
Yes.
it's like, I wonder what's in here. It's like a scratch off.
It's exactly it is. It's gambling. It's gambling that we allow. But here's the thing, dude. And here people, if you really want to make money, so like you can make money like, oh, I'm gonna go to Walmart, I'm gonna wait around, I'll spend my day waiting on the stock, get it, and then I can sell it online for 2 or 3 times what it's worth right now. I can hold it, maybe sell it for more years later.
That's what do I do with this?
Or there's a lot of guys that they call them breakers. So what they'll do is they'll go on social media or eBay and they'll essentially sell slots. So either they'll do random and then they randomize the names and you get like a random team and you get every player from that team. I paid for a couple of these. So I'll pay if I pay like $50 and then they put me in and I get 3 teams. So I get like one good team, so you might get like the Lakers, and then you get a medium team, which would be like the Bulls, and then you get a crummy team nobody wants. It's like, I don't know, the one team. There's the Rhode Island. I don't want to be mad to somebody's team. Somebody's gonna be like, "Oh my god!"
Oh, they're ticked. Yeah.
Man, this is a super weird episode because I'm not joking, and I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Should I tell jokes? Knock knock.
No. Who's there?
More card talk. Okay, Neil. Anyways, so what they'll do is they'll sell those slots. So I could go in and spend, $60, and then I sell slots, 10 slots for $60 each. I'm making $600.
Oh yeah.
So
you know what that feels like is like those storage wars.
That's exactly what it is.
They're like,
focused.
I'm going to cut the thing off of this lock off here. I don't know what's in here, but it's like so you're actually giving people a shot at having that feeling of this could be amazing.
Yep.
And it could be also hot garbage.
It could be hot garbage, and that's the thing you don't know. And I've done some breaks, and most of the breaks, like if I did sell them all individually, I might be able to make the money back, like because I'm including shipping, but probably not. Like that's why I keep most of mine because it's not worth the hassle for me, like my time of just like shipping it out. But I do like certain players and grabbing some cards, and
so it's not just that I'm in this for the money. You actually you are a sports guy.
Yeah. Well, it's also like it's collect. So they call it PC, personal collection. So it's like, oh, I might get these cards because I want to flip them 5 years from now.
Yeah.
Like I bought a bunch of Donovan Mitchells because I think Donovan Mitchell is going to be a good player. Like I think he's got a lot of room to grow. I think in 3 or 4 years he's going to be like one of the top 2 or 3 players in the league. So I got 15, 20 of his rookie cards. For
and
like
just
$5 each, and then I can hold on to them for 5 or 10 years and sell them for $50 each. You know what I mean? You never know. So like Durant. So I went.
How many of those do you? Oh gosh.
So I kind of went hard on the Durant rookie cards because I think Kevin Durant's like the best player in the world right now, and he's underappreciated in the market. Like LeBron and Curry are the 2 most expensive players by far.
Oh gosh,
Luka's probably like 3rd. I'm talking about current players, and then Durant for being like one of the best players
for some reason
he's not as expensive.
Why?
And so I bought, I don't know, exactly 30 Kevin Durant rookie cards. Not a big deal. It's whatever. People do that.
Amanda, he's fine.
She's not listening to this.
Okay.
There's a 100% chance
She
ain't
didn't make
listening.
it 13 minutes in this episode?
I'll tell you this. She ain't made it anywhere in any episode. I'm like, have you ever listened to one? No. She don't even know Joseph Tilley does something incredible. Hit it with the Joseph Tilley intro. I'm just kidding. No.
That's amazing. Okay,
Yeah.
so that whole trash era
Yeah.
happened.
Yes.
When you're saying that these things need to get graded, you're
Yes.
sending it off to, because the
Okay.
same thing happens with comic books. You send it off to a company and they professionally grade it. They could kind of even buff it up a little bit if you really want them to, right? They can do a little bit
No,
of
they don't do
restoration.
any-
They
no.
don't want to do that at
No,
all.
they don't do
And
any
they
of
put it
that.
like in a Ziploc bag and they send it back
That's
to you.
close. Yes, it's a hard cased Ziploc bag. So like a
Okay.
plastic.
And
case.
it's sealed, right?
It is. Yeah, you can't open it. You can. They do what's called, so like, say you get something graded from like one of the companies nobody cares about, and
Right.
it grades pretty well. You're like, oh, cool, this might be worth something. They'll do what they call crack it. So you
Yeah.
like get some pliers, you break it open, you
Yep.
get your card out, and then you send it into one of the reputable card
Okay.
card
Okay.
graders. So, question: have you ever thought about sending your stuff over? Why haven't you?
My comics?
Yeah, we've talked about it. Why don't
Yeah.
you grade them?
I've got 7 of them.
Graded?
Yeah.
Oh, what did they grade?
They did pretty well.
Really?
Yeah, there's some of them that are so old, but I mean it's comics.
Older
It's
stuff grades
different.
better.
Yeah, so like for a trading card or whatever, if it's like a sports card, you're not like sitting there reading it front to back, but the comic books are a little bit different.
Yes.
So when you tend to find really good collections is some dude who had a massive stash of these and he lived in Denver. I can't tell you how often that is the formula for. There were some nuns that bought a house and they'd never really been up in the attic and they hit the jackpot of just long box after long box full of comics that were in the dry air at an altitude and they never saw sunlight. So they're perfect. But if somebody took them out and they've read them, they're definitely
and
going
grading.
down. Yeah.
That happened. Did you hear about that doctor recently?
I
There was a
did.
doctor that passed away like a month or two ago, and he had been.
Fauci?
No, not Dr. Fauci. No,
Different doctor.
Different doctor. But there's only 2, so it's one of those 2. So whenever he was, he passed away. I think he had COVID. He passed away, and his family went up, and he had been into like card collecting when he was younger.
Okay.
He'd gone to these shows, traded up, had all these stuff, had some Mickey Mantle rookie card.
Oh,
He had a
Lord.
Babe Ruth in there. They might think is like the best graded Babe Ruth rookie card ever. They sold his collection. They just announced, because they had estimates. They actually sold everything. $22.5 million is what his family got. Talk about something to give your. That's the thing, Neil.
Yeah,
Whenever I talk about like, I've just the past couple of years started getting into actually like taking like a portion of my paycheck and investing it. And so I started out stocks. That's kind of like the boring, like, oh, this is what you do. Keep it in for 40 years.
Not
Blah, blah,
exciting.
blah. So stocks, you got real estate, buy rental properties, things like that. That's very expensive. It's hard for me to just be like, I'll buy a house.
Yeah.
So my wife can. I
It's
can't.
hard to start there.
That's why Amanda got our builder's license, so we can
Oh,
do that the
okay.
cheap way. So cheaper way. Cheaper.
Cheaper. Affordable.
Judas. Sorry. This is my favorite TikTok ever. So good. So investments, you look at stocks, you got real estate, you've got cryptocurrency, and then art. Cards, these cards, I think, in my opinion, they're art. Like a dude my age, I don't care about it's a Billy Galagago art project. I don't want to make fun of an artist. Pablo
yeah,
Picasso.
yeah,
Picasso,
yeah.
I don't know anything he's done. I've heard his name. I know he's famous.
Yep.
It's not going to be cool to me to put a whatever art piece on the wall. But you know what? Sticking a 86 Jordan Fleer rookie card,
Yeah.
I'm going to think that's dope. And every friend I have that comes in, that
Right.
goes to my office,
Right.
they're all like looking at my cards because that's stuff we grew up on. Those are players we loved.
Well,
that is modern art. It's an investment.
It's
in my
even
opinion.
accessible for people that don't. So, art collectors, they have to be extremely wealthy to get into that. You don't start, just like we said. So,
Yep.
the opportunity for people to get into it at an early age or at an affordable level, and then
Yep.
you work your way up. It's nostalgic.
Yep, and I think that's the allure of like the breaks. Because if I go in and get a $20 card, it could be worth.
Could be.
That guy Luka's expensive because they're like he's the next face.
They
He's the next
know.
LeBron.
Yeah.
he's the next face of the league. He's an incredible. He's the best player at that age
Oh,
in the
Lord.
league.
Yeah, he's
and so
killing it.
he's expensive. So speaking of, to show you some examples, if you're watching on
Okay.
the YouTube channel,
Yep.
what's up?
Here it
Welcome.
is.
We love you.
How's it going?
If not, I'm going to talk through it. So I brought a few, and I'm going to talk through. I'll
Show
talk
and
so
tell.
you're like, oh, I'm an audio podcast. I'm driving, Tyler. I can't see it. That's fine. First off, subscribe to the YouTube. Thank you.
Hey,
Hey, give us a
there it is.
5-star rating. We've never asked for that. Not
No,
once.
we haven't.
Not once. We never asked anything of you. We dedicate
We're
years of our life.
give.
And all you do is rate us 5 stars. So I brought some examples. So here is a Luka rookie card. This is one of them. This is his Donruss. This is a PSA 10.
Donruss is the name of the card manufacturer.
Yes, Donruss. Okay. And so here's to give you an idea of pricing. Okay, I don't have it up in front of me, but the way that it works is PSA 10s is perfect. Okay, they grade them from 1 to 10. 1 is if it's like, oh, a kitty cat got a hold of it. You know what I mean? It looks gross.
Yeah.
Okay. Now it ranks up. So really, anything that's like a 7 or below, people usually are like, ugh, I might just want a graded card. I can't afford the other ones. 8, there's a jump in money. Now from 8 to 9, you're looking at about double. It's going to double from 8 to 9, and then 9 to 10, you're looking at minimum of doubling. Usually it's times 3 or 4 of whatever the 9 was.
Okay.
The reason is because it's hard to get a 10. Like you could literally have gloves on, pull a card out of the pack, put it in a case, send it off, and there's a good chance it won't be a 10. Because it's out of your control. Centering, how that was printed, like in the packaging. Like there's so many. You can't have one nick on a corner. Like it has to be perfect. So this is a PSA 10 Luka, and so you're looking at, I don't know how much this card's worth now. I would guess probably like mid 300s.
No way.
So it's worth about mid 300s, 300 to 400, and then if you go to a 9, you're looking at like maybe 150 or less. And that's just a lower end. Now, okay, so here's let's show you some grading companies. If you're watching, the 3 main grading companies, there's PSA. Okay. PSA is like the industry standard. It's going to get you the most money. The perfect PSA across everything else, it's going to be 30, 40% higher than what you would get from any other company. Okay, so it's the number 1 grading company.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing. People know that, and I'm like, oh, I can pay $25, get something graded, and take a $10 card and make it a $50 card. You're making a $20 profit minimum if you get it. So you could send it off. Now, PSA actually about 6 or 7 months ago, they shut down. They said, we are not taking submissions at all because they were getting, I think they can grade about 20 to 40,000 cards a day. They're getting in around 600,000 cards a day. People are literally mailing.
That's got to be a massive company.
No, I'm sorry. The most they got in a day was 600,000, but they're getting in hundreds of thousands a day. And so they don't have enough, and they want to. You can't speed that up.
Yeah,
like you got humans looking at everything.
It's like a jeweler. You're examining these things.
Yes, if you go too fast, you sacrifice that. So PSA is the number 1. Then you got Beckett. So here's another Luka rookie. This is his Hoops rookie. 9.5 for Beckett is considered a 10 because it's almost impossible to get a 10 on Beckett. Okay. Almost impossible.
So you got Donruss. Now you're on Beckett.
No, I got a PSA.
PSA. Sorry.
PSA.
Oh, you're talking about not talking about the card. You're talking about who grades it.
Yes. Okay. So you got PSA is the top one. Then Beckett's number 2. But honestly, there's a company called SGC, and they're I think moving into the number 2 spot because they used to be mainly for older cards. Like here's a Barkley rookie card. Wait, that's a Barkley second year. So a second year Barkley, and it used to be that they were like mainly older cards, but the thing they have on the market, Beckett shut down too. They're not taking submissions. So if I want to get stuff graded,
you have to go.
You can go to one of these other boo-boo companies, but SGC is working so hard at like, we'll get it back to you in 3 weeks. As opposed to
I was going to ask you what's the turnaround on that.
PSA, there are people before they shut down, like before they stopped accepting submissions because they're trying to catch up.
Can't do it.
There are people that have had their cards at PSA for over a year.
No.
Yep, and they used to get turnarounds in like a month. It's because that market boomed. Everybody sent everything in.
When I sent my comics in, it took 7 months.
7?
And it is terrifying because you have to sign so many waivers that I'm sending you. You're literally sending them what could be your retirement.
Yep.
And you're putting it in a cardboard box wrapped up in all this other stuff, and you don't really hear from them the entire. Like you can't call and check. Hey guys, how you doing? So it's got to be terrifying to send that out.
When you have no idea where you are in the process.
Yeah.
So
man,
I've brought
a tracking number on it.
So yeah, I mean seriously, they do. They show you how they are in the process. So here's one. So I got an example.
Do they tell you who's grading it? Like Raul is grading
No, they don't.
Okay.
I wish they did though.
Yeah, nice.
Raul's underrated in the market.
Oh, yeah,
nobody ever talks about it.
Nope.
So here's an example. So if you're talking about the cards that go the highest, like if you're like, oh, rookie cards. Rookie cards are where it's at. Unless it's some like random variation.
Okay.
Rookie cards are what you want for every player. Okay. Now, if you want to go up from there, if you have a rookie card with, they call it patch. So it's like a piece of their jersey. So like here's an Odell Beckham Jr. rookie card that has a patch in it.
How big is that patch?
I mean, it's pretty thick. You can see that here. You can see how it's a little thicker.
How big is it? Oh, that whole thing is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, they put it in their case. So when you send off to grade, they stick them in their cases.
How do you authenticate that? I need some DNA.
Patch.
I want to
Well,
know
what they do is they smell it. And if it smells like it gets W's, it's Odell.
Rahul's there.
He's
Oh,
just sniffing it up.
definitely.
He's just sniffing away. And then autograph. So if you get an auto, so this has his autograph on it too.
Okay.
So rookie patch.
Rahul's autograph or Odell Beckham?
Raul.
Okay.
You're gonna make me knock my cards over. I'm laughing.
You ruined that card. Okay, so rookie cards are where it's at.
Rookie cards are where it's at. Now,
All right.
can I show you some
Please
of my
do.
bigger cards?
Oh, those are
And then we'll move on. I'm sorry.
those are impressive. Those are like movie poster size.
So we'll start with this one. So Jordan, his rookie year. Okay, so he had a series with Star.
Is
that
Jordan
nobody
his first
talks about.
name?
Jordan is the only name that matters. So Michael Jordan, basketball
Okay,
player.
okay.
He's got from North Carolina. You might have heard of him.
I might have heard of him.
Probably not. So Jordan had 3 rookies. I told you the main one, the biggest one is that Fleer 86. It's
Yeah.
him dunking it. It's got like a red and blue border. It's
That's
the
amazing.
one.
That's the
okay?
one. That's it.
Now that same year, they used to put like another card that goes with it. It was a sticker.
Oh.
Now I've got his rookie sticker right here, and so here's his rookie sticker card.
Oh,
and
wow.
Now it's a PSA 5 because I can't afford anything
Yeah,
higher.
but still, that's
But
like
still, I got a Jordan
some
rookie.
history, yeah.
Now the other one, and this is my favorite. Okay, so if you want to talk like
love
which one of
this
your
one.
favorite cards, we'll hold it. We'll wait on it for
Oh.
3-on-3 because it may or may not be brought up.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
So that's the idea. If you want to buy them, you're like, well, Tyler, how do I get cards?
Yeah, where do you get 'em?
Well, you can't buy them in stores because they're pretty much sold
Nope,
out.
can't
You
find
can't
them. I've
anywhere.
actually gone to look for you, and I've
Thanks.
never seen a trading card in a store.
I
I saw
had-
some Pokemon cards.
Saw some Pokemons. Pokemon cards are going hot.
Magic the
Logan
Gathering.
Paul got into that.
Really?
And
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He
Yeah.
started getting into it, and he did the Charizard. He pulled one, or he bought he paid like $800,000 for a Charizard. Some dude found. He did a TikTok. He was like, I saw the Pokemon cards were selling. And he's like, I knew I was into it when I was a kid. He went and found a binder where
And
he
he
had
ha-
put it in there.
No.
Sold it to Logan Paul for I want to say it was $800,000. I have to look at it, but sold it to him.
So where else can you go get them?
So the biggest place, if you're I want to get back into cards, either buying them or seeing what mine are worth, eBay. eBay
yeah.
is the gold standard for knowing what your cards are worth.
Why do they certify it? Do they?
No, that's where they sell it.
That's just where it's.
That's just where it's sold. Now, here's the deal. If you want to know what it's worth, don't just search it on eBay and be like, well, the buy it now price is $800,000.
That's got to be what it's worth.
It's
Yeah.
somebody's trying to get a sucker. Do
Right.
not buy it now. What you do to see what the card is actually worth is you type it in, and then you mark that you only want to view the sold items. You want to see
wow.
what they've actually sold for.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what it's worth in the market.
Okay.
Okay.
That's that's not bad.
Don't base it off of buy it nows or what somebody has it listed at. They're trying to get noobs.
Yeah.
The noobs.
Oh, my
Neil.
gosh.
Noob Neil. That's what they called you. How many? We need to start writing down your name. Can somebody listening, please write down all of Neil's
Please,
nicknames
we
and
got a lot of them.
what point in his life.
I
that
got a
was his
lot
name.
of them.
So, anyways, that's the idea. Is
Anywhere
that you can
else?
do it on eBay. You can also do Mercari. It's like a online, it's the prices are a little higher usually on Mercari, but sometimes you can grab a deal. But Mercari's one, but eBay's really kind
eBay's
of
it.
the place.
Okay.
Now they'll do card shows in different areas. So my son did his first card show. He ran a table at a card show last Saturday.
You made the wheel, the
Yep.
spin the wheel.
We did a spin wheel and we gave away because I've got a bunch of that junk wax
Did he
era.
like it?
Yeah, he had a fun time. Well, he liked making $101. So he made
Oh.
$100. Well, 101.
All right.
He goes, guess how much money we made, Dad? I was like, how much? He goes, how many Dalmatians are there? I said, 101. He goes, that's how many dollars we made.
Oh, my
I was like, oh,
gosh.
congrats, bro. You did it.
Smart kid.
So he had a good time. He likes making money.
So 3 versus 3.
3v3.
This is a little segment here
Little
where
segment we do.
throw out our favorites. If
Yeah.
it was going to be 3-on-3, what do you got?
Okay, well, if you're looking at card, for this one, I was thinking we just do the favorite cards. This is the card
Yeah.
I would want.
Keeping in mind, I only own one card because Tyler gave it to me.
That's right.
And you know who that is?
Maker Smayfield.
Yeah, it's Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
But if as far as sports figures that you like or follow, all that kind of stuff, all right,
Okay.
you go first.
Number one, I'm going to have to go the Jordan rookie. 86 Fleer. I don't have it. I've got a couple other of his rookies, but I don't have the main one. Now, a PSA 1, the worst one you can do, is going to cost you a minimum close to $2,000.
No.
And that's with the market
way.
low. The market just dropped. So PSA 1 is going to cost you that.
Oh my gosh! So literally, if this is a dodgeball tournament, that's who you pick first.
Yes, that's who I'd pick first. No. I mean, that's just one I want because
That's one you want on there.
my second place is more expensive. And so I would probably go
Yeah, I
different.
see.
at
I
the
can
end.
see.
Okay,
I can
so
see
who's
it.
your first pick?
Well, LeBron James.
Okay.
Which is something. Okay, so what's weird is we only call him Jordan. We don't really say Michael Jordan all that often.
No.
But for LeBron James, we actually call him LeBron. We don't call him James.
No, because it's a more common name, right?
Yeah.
Jordan, who was he competing with in the 80s?
Yeah, probably not.
Tell me now. So if you LeBron, I've got a couple LeBron rookies, by the way. Actually, I got like a few.
I think I've seen the collection.
So the main LeBron rookie you're going to see is 2003 Topps. It's him in this awful-looking all-white suit holding up his jersey.
Yep.
So that's kind of like one of his main ones. It's not supposed to be expensive, but it's his main one.
Incredible.
So I have that at 8.5. Then there's a couple where he's doing like a fadeaway. There's one, a Bowman, where he's like holding a basketball. Those are he's got like 3 or 4 like main cards that people could buy for, several $100s.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you this, reprints. People like getting them made because it's cardboard. You can go get I can make 2,000 of them made for $50.
Yep.
Jordan, LeBron, and Curry are the 3 most reprinted cards
Whoa.
on the market.
You're talking like that's literally like not a refurbish. That's literally a remake.
No, somebody just I went to the like a print company and said, "Hey,
I went to
Angela,
Staples
print
and
these for me." You know what I mean?
Can you scan these in and print them out? What
Yeah.
kind of a cardstock do you want it on? I don't care. Just like 8.5 by 11,
no,
a legal sheet of paper. Whatever. I don't care.
It's just a piece of paper.
Trading them, man. Trading them.
It's a picture of a leprechaun sighting in Alabama.
Buy now on eBay.
So, yeah, you could get a LeBron rookie. I've got a couple. I bought 2 of them off a guy at the card show. It was the most expensive cards I bought at the show. Dude was walking around with like a case, didn't know what he was talking about. I gave him a fair deal. I could have ripped him off because he didn't know. He's like, I don't even know what it's worth. I looked it up and I was like, all right, well, this is what it's selling for recently. But I think I could have got him. I got a Bazooka Joe. So it's like LeBron smiling with the little cartoon character. So I got that one. And then I got his other, it's like a Fleer rookie. So I got both of those.
All right, number 2 for you.
Number 2 for me is it's a Curry's rookie. But it's not his main Topps rookie. It's a 48 Bowman. They took like an old 48 baseball card from Bowman and they redid it with Curry's rookie year. So it's like Curry, Blake Griffin, Harden, all their rookie years.
Oh, wow.
And it's awesome. And they did some like low runs. There's like a black border one that's like 48.
And there's not that many of them.
Oh, no.
You say low run. How many are you talking?
They do limited edition. So it's like if you ever see like you're searching eBay and it's like a /99 or /200, that means there are only that many of them.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
I can look up. So Curry, Bowman, I'll tell you what the last one sold for. This is Bowman 48. Here's one I can get. This is not the black label. It's the blue border. I can buy it right now for $3,000.
No.
That's not. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the black. The black one is like out of 48, and I saw it for sale the other day. I followed it for a while, and I was like, I need to chill. Here's one. An 8.5 is the grading. Okay. So it's not even a 9 or a 10.
Right.
8.5 of it. It is. You can buy it right now for $30,000.
Good.
$30,000.
Wow.
You want me to get it for the show?
Do it, yeah.
How much money do we have in our account?
We've got
We've
it.
got this.
Yeah.
We've
You know
got
why? Because of those Patreon subscribers.
Those Patreon subs. It's coming up, guys. Don't worry. Get ready.
It's on
about
its
to
way.
go down.
Get
Even if we
ready.
haven't lost you by now, you're a part of the team.
Nope, you're on
okay. So who's next for you?
I mean, so I am a St. Louis Cardinals fan and a Cleveland Indians fan, and Mark McGwire for me, especially in that home run steroids
Him and Sammy Sosa.
era, yeah, like going back and forth. I still have the newspapers from St. Louis. My grandpa kept them all for me of when he broke all his records, all that kind of stuff. Honestly, though, with everything that happened with the whole doping and all that kind of stuff, I don't know if those things are worth anything.
It's dropped a lot. I've got a couple McGuire rookies, and they used to be worth more. Like right when that happened, they were worth some money. And then when the steroid stuff came out, it dropped. So it's a mix of the steroid stuff plus that was kind of when they started printing too many cards. And so it's dropped a lot.
Is there a way for us to get that price back up by introducing some more steroids into the market?
I think so.
Okay.
I think that's what we have to do.
That's
So
what
I'm
we
going to go
gotta
to
do.
Curry,
We gotta-
LeBron, and Jordan. I'm just going to, hey, here, guys.
Yep.
Here's the deal.
Guys, I'm gonna need
McGuire's
you.
feeling bad. He's feeling rough. He's been down because of his card prices.
Yeah. He's not nearly as big as he used to be.
No,
Yeah.
no.
It's
Did
an
you ever
ego.
see the Netflix thing, which they shouldn't watch because there's cuss words in it, but the Netflix thing called Bash Brothers? It was about with the rap thing.
I saw some
with
of
Lonely
it.
Island.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So much.
You stopped watching because of the cuss words,
it was
right?
it was terrible.
Good for you.
All right, number 3 for you.
Number 3. Okay, I actually have this one. Actually, I have 2 of this one.
Oh.
It's the Jordan Nike rookie card.
know
So
which one you're
Nike
talking
did a promo. They picked like 6 players, and they ran these larger cards. And so I have. It's the first time I think that they ever printed out the Jordan logo. You know that
Yeah,
Jordan logo
yeah.
where he's
Oh,
dunking?
yeah. Yep.
So they printed this. It's from '85, and it's one
That's
of his
amazing.
3 rookies. So I've got the PSA
What's the
6.
city behind him? I mean, obviously Chicago. Right?
Probably Chicago, I would
Yeah.
assume. So like there's a PSA
He literally
6.
jumped over Chicago.
He really did. Well, I mean, he
Amazing.
kind of owns it now. And then I've got the PSA 8. So this is the most expensive card that I own right now.
For real.
Yeah.
What did you say the other one, the PSA, is on?
I've
the
got
other
a PSA 6 and a PSA 8.
one? Okay. And I noticed that one of them seems to be in plastic and the other one isn't.
No, they're both in there.
Are they?
So like,
Okay.
it just looks that way because of the corners.
I
Unless this
gotcha.
is fake, which if that's the case,
Oh no!
That was
Come
bad
on,
news
Raul.
bears. Come on,
We
Raul.
expect
Get it
better out of
together.
you.
He signed it though, so we're good. No, I think they were just printed these, so you can tell this is an older PSA. And this is a newer PSA, or this is fake. This just may be fake. So my most expensive card just went down in value. I'm just kidding.
Guys, give us a minute for a commercial break.
Roller coaster break. Tyler's crying in the corner. So this one actually has it's the older PSA, and here's the newer one. And so like it's just changed in how they do their casing.
Okay.
So the end. The end.
So rounding out in the top three for me.
Yep.
And it's probably my most valuable possession. Not even talking like card, but I would just say a Tyler Tarver rookie card. And I do own it.
Well,
And
guess
it's
what?
got a unique.
I actually had brought one of mine.
For real, you didn't know I was going to say
No.
that.
So
my god!
I had to make business cards, so I thought it'd be fun to make it into like a trading card.
Tyler, you need to send that in to PSA.
I would, but here's the deal: they're all off center. Like when they printed them.
No, it doesn't
They're
matter.
PSA 5. It's
but-
terrible. I'm probably sending it to SGC. No joke. I am going to send it to SGC. But you know, I
That's
said
incredible.
stickers are very valuable.
Yeah.
We got a Tyler and Neil explain everything sticker.
Oh my gosh.
That's right. And I got it in my rookie card case. So you're the only thing that matters
That's
to me,
it.
Neil. Only thing in my life.
That's it.
Only thing.
All right. As far as culture goes, we obviously know, like, what does this mean today? Like, what kind of cultural impact is this having? You said it before. COVID basically is one of the biggest reasons why this thing
It took off because people are at home and they're looking.
Yeah, they're
for
at
that.
home and they went, "Hey, I wonder what's up in my attic."
Yeah, pretty
Or-
much.
yeah.
Like there were people selling. They're like, oh, they're selling. It got in the news a little bit, and
Yeah.
then it just escalated because supply and demand. People jumped into the market. They paid money. These collectors are like, oh, cool, and they're selling off, making. I mean, because they had them sitting in their stores or wherever for
yeah.
years, and now people are willing to pay. I mean, it's gone up a huge, and so
But
it's
will it
spiked.
go back down, do you
It
think?
spiked with COVID. Now it did come down.
Okay.
So like the Jordan card that I have at like
Yep.
probably like 6 months ago is worth like $5,000. It's definitely not worth that now.
Whoa, okay.
But before that,
That's
it was
huge.
not worth that at all. So like a Jordan PSA 10 was worth like $30,000 before. Now it sells for anywhere from $300,000 to $800,000. So
You know who actually needs a trading card?
who's that?
I would say Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
That's our favorite segment, ladies
Yeah,
and
it's
gentlemen.
our favorite
Favorite segment. Will it rock?
Will it rock?
Will it rock? This is where we insert Dwayne the Rock Johnson into everything,
Into
as he
anything.
does for himself,
Yeah.
and we see how it will rock.
Speaking of steroids,
So-
no, he's all natural.
Neil, fun fact: we can actually figure out if it will rock.
Mm-hmm. Why?
Dwayne the Rock Johnson, as you
No.
know, he played college
Oh, that's
football
right. Oh,
for
my gosh.
Miami. He
You're right.
has a rookie card, a 1990. I looked it up. I knew about it, but I needed to get the name right.
way.
1994, Miami. That's called Bumblebee Seafood.
No.
They made like these sheets that like perforated. You know, what perforated is where it's
Yeah.
like you tear it out. So it's a perforated card. He has a rookie card that people want. He's got a wrestling rookie card too.
What?
But the Nike
Oh
one
yeah,
is.
that's weird that wrestlers have cards.
Oh yeah. They do.
So what? All right. So with everything that just came out with the NCAA, with that now they can make money off of their likeness and all their whatever. I wonder if he's going to do any of that.
The
I
Rock
wonder,
or
yeah,
anybody?
I wonder if The Rock can go back and make money off
Probably.
that.
I mean, off that, no. I think that's already done. I think going forward, though, like
Oh, yeah, that's a
they've
big-
already talked about card companies
Oh
partnering, and they're going
my
to have cards
gosh.
for the players because they have players now that they'll put on it, but it's after or the
Right.
college makes
Yeah,
the
yeah,
money.
yeah.
Which now with all this, like there are college players that are signing deals with card companies to be like, you're my exclusive
My
card creator.
gosh.
That's LeBron's with Upper Deck. Only people that can do
Yeah.
signed LeBron stuff is Upper Deck.
How much is LeBron worth right now?
He just got to worth $1 billion.
$1 billion.
Just like
you
us.
You did a really good
I was
TikTok.
welcome. We Neil and I met him at his house. We welcomed him to the Billionaire Club.
Hey, buddy, put this robe on. Also,
What?
I don't know.
Is it
It's
a
like
robe?
you
Is
get
that
a-
what we
you
do?
get a robe? Yeah. SNL has a 5-timers club. That you've hosted 5 times and you wear a robe.
Well, oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Well, Alec Baldwin will love that. So, if you want to know if it'll rock,
Will it?
a
Oh, yeah.
PSA 10
Yeah.
of his rookie card, the last one sold for $27,600.
What?
Bumblebee Seafood's perforated card from 1994 of Dwayne the Rock Johnson
Oh my god!
in his stance at defensive tackle. It just sold for 20. The last one sold for 26K.
All right, now this is going to sound controversial, but I think on Jungle Cruise, I think he might make more money off of that than this card. But they're close.
26K?
Yeah.
I mean, give or take. You know, LeBron
That's
has
his
2 of his
going.
own rookie cards. He said it the other day.
For
Yeah, they
real?
were like, all right, why do you feel
Do
about
you
it?
have
He's like, "Yeah, I have it. Yeah. He has 2 of them.
Oh my! Can you imagine him going to like a pawn shop and going, "Hey, you guys, I got this."
I'd be like, could you sign it first?
That's what I would say.
Sir, could you sign it?
That's the thing. Like, that's what somebody's telling me. Like, AJ Green, he plays for the Packers. He does like breaks. He's all in on cards, and he plays for the Packers.
yeah.
Just think of like, you could. a young guy getting into the league, you want to talk about the biggest flex investment
Oh, yeah.
yourself. If I'm
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell, I'm
Yep.
buying every rookie card of
Oh,
mine
my
I
gosh,
can
yeah.
because guess what? The better I do, the more mine's worth. I
Yeah.
increase my own investment.
Yeah, it's so the same thing happens with like fantasy football and all that kind of stuff. Those guys are incentivized to do well because they're making so much extra money off that.
Eggs over easy. Man, Neil, thank you for
goodness.
doing this. This is
Hey.
a personal project of mine. I know this was
is-
making 20 minutes and I doubled that. So
No, it's
sorry.
okay. Like this is a big thing. Collectibles in general have always been they're out there. You have it in comics, you have it in sports, and even not even sports. I don't want to say that wrestling isn't a sport. Sorry, Wesley, but
Rest in peace. We never
we
get
have
back.
we have
We lost Wesley. And
we lost Wesley in the
explaining
first
wrestling.
3 minutes of explaining wrestling.
He was not happy with us.
But like there are all these other like even what you said like gaming has
Yep.
all these other
They're selling
it's
Retro Rick. He's selling his game.
Retro Rick.
He probably got it back by now. He did Express, so he should get it back in 15 days.
Yep, hit us up, Retro.
Well, once he gets that back and he gets $400,000 for it at auction, he's not gonna ever. Have
He
to
will
talk
never
to us again.
speak to
Nope.
us
I'm like, hey, Retro, remember when I told you to create a YouTube channel?
Wow.
Remember me?
Hey, do you think maybe he'd subscribe to our Patreon?
I do not think you would. He's too rich for us now.
Hey guys, we do have some pretty cool things coming.
Oh, that's
up here.
right. We have announcements.
Yeah, we got announcements.
Announcement section.
We are going to be doing some additional episodes that are only on the Patreon.
Yep.
And we're going to be exclusive. One of those, you want to tell them what the topic is, like the general overarching topic?
Yes. So we are essentially opening another podcast that'll be released once a week, and it's going to focus on pop culture.
Oh my gosh.
Pop-up video.
Wow.
You remember that?
Yes.
I loved pop-up video.
Dang, this thing keeps wanting to stop.
Man.
I think that our first one, when we talk about pop culture, do you want to tell them what it is, or do we want to leave that? We could.
Low key, I do want to. So
Yeah, well-
our first one, we're going to go over a series. We're going to look at a show. We're going to explain Loki. Loki. If you haven't seen Loki,
Spoilers.
spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Go ahead and watch it. I would recommend watching the series if you hadn't. I think there's 6 episodes.
Disney
so you can
Plus.
Knock it out on Disney Plus, and we're going to cover that. And we're actually going to release that, which will be our first episode of the pop culture. Explaining pop culture. Isn't that what it's called?
Yep.
Explaining Pop Culture is our podcast that we'll have available only on our Patreon.
Right.
Patreon.com/explain everything.
There it is.
Go there if you want. Check it out. But we'll also release the first episode on here next week.
Yep. So you guys will get to hear it.
Big things. We'll talk more about it. We're
be
gonna
good.
we're gonna constantly push it because it makes us money, and it justifies our wives telling us to hang out.
It's gonna help.
Out of work hours.
It's going to help you,
Oh,
the listener.
if you don't listen to it, all of your friends will hate you, and
If you
I'll
wanna
steal
know
all your
more-
basketball cards.
If you want to know more about it than any of your friends, this is the
This is the place to
ticket
do
for
it.
you.
It will explain everything to you, and you'll be the smartest guy or gal in the room. Why did I say that in that voice?
I don't know.
I'm
It was
sorry.
good.
Neil, have I drained this? I think I've squeezed this lemon.
This is a good one.
That's
I
lemon
like
water.
this one. Thank
Sugar
you guys.
water.
Thanks for
Sugar water.
thanks for listening.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for being with
Hey,
us.
more importantly, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. This could be my TED Talk. Because it's not joking around.
we're gonna string them all together to make the longest TED Talk.
It's just me
in-
saying welcome
yeah.
to my TED Talk. Oh, no, you're saying string all of our podcasts
Yes,
together.
yeah.
It's
I'm
a
okay with that.
6-day
That's
podcast.
all
Red Dead Talk.
Well,
Hey,
bye.
sorry. I ruined that episode.